Action Research Project by Jamie Wardley. This action research project involves using a technology intervention tool in an attempt to improve a third grade student's literacy skills. This research took place at Palencia Elementary, a K-5 public elementary school, which is one of the first digital schools in St. Johns County. The student identification and target problem. This student involved in this research is a 9-year-old third grader in a regular classroom at Palencia Elementary who can be categorized as an average student. He does not currently have any special learning needs that have been diagnosed. He possesses a good nature and friendly temperament. His overall performance in the various content areas seems to be on or slightly below grade level. There does not seem to be a lot of assistance at home and after school to reinforce his skills in reading and math. His initial STAR diagnostic test indicated that his reading skills were below grade level and recommended intervention. His reading fluency can be categorized as below grade level expectations at 54 words per minute. The recommended words per minute for third grade is between 93 and 123 words per minute. The specific literacy problem that was being targeted was fluency. This student would benefit from oral or reading intervention and strategies that would increase his reading fluency. His oral reading is labored and choppy, which makes decoding new words laborious and time-consuming. His lack of vocabulary skills in reading automaticity causes him to struggle with sounding out unfamiliar words. While reading text aloud, he does not pause at appropriate punctuation points, and at times that would require expression. This lack of fluency leads to difficulty with his comprehension skills, as reflected by his below grade level performance on diagnostic reading tests. His writing skills can also be categorized as below grade level. To analyze the needs, the first part of the action research analyzing needs involved analyzing the type of instruction that was already being delivered. Currently, for fluency, the students participate in weekly poetry readings and fluency practice pages from the Florida Curriculum Resource Book. Some of these activities are completed independently and some are in small groups. The research-based strategies from Put Reading First, the research building blocks, indicated that to improve fluency and comprehension, the students require oral reading practice with feedback and monitoring from the teacher. Students should hear text being fluently read aloud with modeling for appropriate expression. Another recommendation to increase fluency is to have students reread text at least 4 times to become more familiar and increase their understanding. They should also read material that's relatively easy for them and relatively short. The research also suggests that teachers and students themselves monitor their progress in reading in order to track learning and progress. Oral reading practice that is recommended in the Put Reading First research can be accomplished in an engaging and interactive manner using animated ebooks online. Ebooks give students the opportunity to have the text modeled being fluently read aloud using online resources such as Temple books, which can be read and listened to independently in small groups or in a one-on-one setting. Students can practice reading the same text aloud using similar phrasing and expression, as well as the appropriate pausing and sounding out strategies for unfamiliar words and vocabulary. The researchers also recommended sustained silent reading to improve fluency. I think that this strategy should be built into intervention instruction by having the student read and interact with the same story or text from their ebook for a 3rd or even 4th time by reading the text again silently to themselves. For goal setting, the recommendation for setting goals for reading and fluency should be done at the outset of the instruction intervention program in order to allow the student to become more self-aware of their skills and take ownership of their learning. This metacognition of learning will benefit the student and teacher in order to monitor and record progress, celebrate success, and demonstrate growth. Students can keep track of the ebooks they have read and take accelerated reader quizzes that test the comprehension of the text. The Accelerated Reader program allows students to see the books they have read and their comprehension scores for each quiz. Technology tools and strategies. Digital ebooks are a powerful interactive technology tool that can help engage students in reading activities in a way that scaffolds developing literacy skills. Students can interact with reading in a way that makes the text more accessible to them and in a way that makes it easier for them to understand as opposed to traditional paper-based text. Ebooks have built-in tools and features for students to utilize while they're reading, such as highlighting, dictionaries for unfamiliar words, and they have the option of hearing the material read aloud for them. Ebook creation sites and resources also help students practice their reading skills in an authentic way by allowing them to create and share their own reading materials based on their ability and interest. There is such a wealth and variety of free and easy-to-use online digital resources that assist students with creating and sharing their own literary content. This motivates students to engage more meaningfully with text by creating and using graphic organizers to design their own literary works. Students can also use creation applications that help them to design and customize concept maps that can assist them with their understanding and organization of their reading. They can also summarize difficult reading material using word clouds from Wordle and by using online auto-summarization tools. My action research question was, will listening to and reading animated ebooks online help students improve their reading fluency and reading accuracy? Will this fluency help students improve their overall reading skills, especially related to comprehension and vocabulary? Assessing the effectiveness of the program will involve using the STAR reading assessment and oral reading passages to assess words read per minute. The student will also be interviewed regarding his experience using ebooks for reading. The action plan. Step 1 is to assess fluency. The reading intervention strategy that I will use to improve reading fluency will include a diagnostic test, followed by an interest inventory as well as a survey of the student's thoughts and goals for reading. The student will be given an oral reading passage assessment to determine his words read per minute. The next step are the activities. The student will participate in 30 minutes of one-on-one reading instruction using ebooks with the teacher or on an independent basis 3 times a week. The additional sessions will involve the student and teacher selecting and listening to animated ebooks that are chosen based on student interest as well as the recommended grade level equivalent readings to ensure that the text vocabulary is easy enough for the student to be successful in reading and comprehending the content independently. Once the student listens to the story with the teacher, he will go back and read the story aloud while the teacher scaffolds the student's reading phrasing, expression, and the sounding out of unfamiliar words, as well as tracking the student's reading progress. After listening to or reading to the story at least 4 times, the student will take the accelerated reader quiz for the book. The results of this research were that the technology intervention strategy of using ebooks was very effective and successful. The student not only improved his oral reading fluency, but also his overall grade level reading performance. The initial STAR reading diagnostic test revealed that the student was performing at a grade level equivalent of a second grader in their 4th month, which is level 2.4. His words read per minute initially were only 54 words, which is significantly below the recommendation for 3rd grade. In the STAR reading post-test, the student's grade level equivalent score increased to a 2.9, and the words per minute improved to 80 words per minute. In perceptual observations during the intervention sessions, the student also seemed to become a more confident reader who really enjoyed his reading experiences using the ebooks that he selected. The research summary. This student was able to raise his oral reading fluency of over 30 words per minute using ebooks online through the Tumble Books website. The student's overall reading score using the grade level equivalent from the STAR reading assessment increased from a level 2.4 to a 2.8. His scaled score increased from a 273 to a 343, which took him out of the intervention category and into the on-watch category. Based on this data, this student would benefit from continued reading instruction using ebooks and accelerated reader quizzes. Limitations and implications. The limitations of the study are obviously that it is based on the results of a single student. Therefore, the results cannot be generalizable to other larger populations of students. However, it is the opinion of this researcher that ebooks such as the ones used in the study have the support of trusted research that has shown that technology has a positive impact on student learning. The future implications of this research is to begin using ebooks in a larger population of students, such as an entire class or school, and to monitor the perceptual and the data to assess the impact on literacy skills and student growth. Thank you. That's my action research report. The Tumble Books website can be accessed through the link on the screen. Thanks.